Hi guys, in this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to make an Ankara jumpo pant or a baggy trouser. So if this looks like what you're interested in, please stay to the end and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell. So for this tutorial we're going to be making use of 2.5 yards of fabric, and this is the fabric right here. You'll be needing your chalk, scissors, your tape rule and your measurement. The first thing I did was to fold my fabric into two like so, and now this area here will be serving as my upper part, but firstly I am going to rule a line there. That line is going to serve as my starting point. I don't want the edge of the Ankara to be showing, okay? Now to get the width of your fabric, you are going to divide your hip by 4 and add 5 inches extra to it. Remember that this trouser is always free, so you need that 5 inches extra for ease. For the length of this fabric, I went ahead to take 1 inch away. Now I'm starting that 1 inch from that line there, that line that we ruled down, and then I measured all the way down to my length and I added 1.5 inches to the length. Now that 1 inch we're taking out there is for the band, okay? At the upper part of my fabric there, I am going to take my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 3 inches extra. This trouser must have elastic at the upper part. That is a jumpo pant for you. So now that 3 inches extra is for ease, and this is the front pattern, just so you know. So divide your hip by 4 and add 3 inches to it. Whatever you get there, go ahead and place it all the way down. To get my crotch depth, I am going to divide my hip divided by 4 plus 2.5 inches to it. Now I know you might think that is that not too much? No, it's not too much, okay? This trouser has to be free. All right, it has to be free and comfortable on your client. So now you're going to take out 1 inch, put that 1 inch on that line that you've ruled, and then come down by your measurement, your hip divided by 4 plus 2.5 inches extra. Now whatever measurement I have on the hip line there, I am going to take it down to that crotch line. I will mark it there just to form a straight line. After ruling out your straight line, this is what you should have. Now we're going to create a curve on that crotch line there. I hope you're seeing this clearly, guys. After marking out my curve, this is what it looked like. Now on the side of my pattern, on my fabric, I'm going to go in by 2.5. That is going to be the width of my pocket. For the length of this pocket, I will come down by 5.5, or you go down by 6 inches. Don't go down more than that, please. Now to start cutting, the first part I'm going to cut is that line that we ruled down, the starting point. Just cut that edge out, you don't need it. The next part to cut out is your crotch. Follow what I am doing and you will get it right. If you watch to this point, I want to say a very big thank you to you. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload any other video. Now that pocket area, we're going to notch the 2.5 inches right there, and then at the side here we are going to slit it open because my fabric was on fold. And for the pocket length, that's 6 inches or 5.5 depending on how deep you went. You are going to go ahead and notch that area like this. Now we are done with the front pattern. We'll go ahead and start cutting the back pattern. Now I've folded another piece of fabric into two and I placed the front pattern that we just cut out on it. Can you see it? Now your back piece has to be wider than your front piece on that crotch area. Can you see mine? Now that crotch area, I went ahead to measure about 2.5 inches wide, okay? Your fabric should be wider than the front by 2.5. For the length, yours should be longer than the front piece by 1.5. Now since I'm making use of an Ankara, my client is tall, I added a fabric at the down of the back piece just so that it can be longer than the front. Can you see? I added the fabric there and I went ahead to weave the edge so it doesn't fray out. Now the crotch area there at the upper part for the back piece, go up by 1.5. At the crotch area for the back piece, come out by 1.5 because that's to be wider than your front piece. Continue marking that 1.5. At that crotch extension there, go out by 2 inches. After marking it out, this is how mine looked. Now I will go ahead and continue marking 2 inches all the way down from the crotch area all the way down to the hem. If you followed this tutorial down to this point and you understood every bit of it, hit the like button for me. The next thing you should do is to connect that line that we've marked at the crotch area. Connect it like this, and then I'm going to make a curve to meet that crotch extension like this. Follow my hand, just look at the way I'm curving mine. It's very easy, all right, very easy. Can you see my own curve? Now go ahead and connect the other lines all the way down to the hem. Please guys, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now let's move to the upper part of this fabric. Remember we came up by 1.5 for the crotch depth at the back. Now you're going to connect that 1.5 to meet the side of your front piece. Now why are we coming up by 1.5? When your client sits down, you don't want a bum to be showing at the back. That is why we are coming up by 1.5 at the back. Okay, now after that you are going to just trim this. I'll just cut out the excesses following the line that you've already drawn. I hope you understood this. If you didn't understand that part, please just go back and watch that area. Connect the 1.5 to the side of your front, because the sides have to be equal, okay, but the upper part for the crotch length cannot be equal. And as you can see, I am just going ahead to cut out that back, that crotch area for the back. Can you see what I'm doing? Now I'm going to show you how I'm cutting it. Just cut it all the way to the side. You can see that the sides are equal for the back and the front. Now go ahead and slit the side of the back open. After cutting it, I have 2 pieces for the back and 2 pieces for the front. Altogether I have 4 pieces. Now I went ahead to cut out pockets for the trouser, and I have 2 pieces on fold right here. So for the width of this pocket, I made use of 12 inches. That's on fold is going to be 6 inches. For the length, I made use of 13 inches. This is actually a standard measurement. It should not be bigger than this. Now I've gone ahead to attach my pocket to my trouser. I have several videos on how to attach pockets. You can check my shorts, you will find it there. So I've gone ahead to attach the 2 pockets. It's actually very easy. The next thing I'm going to do is to sew the crotch area. And for my own crotch, I did not sew it all the way down close. I stopped there. You'll find out that that part is a bit open, so later we're going to close it up. Now the next we're going to do is to open it up like this, and we're going to join the back piece to the front piece side. Okay, just sew it all the way down with about 1/2 inch or 0.2 inches, and you'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Okay, now as you can see, I have gone ahead to stitch it at the 2 sides. For the front and the back, I've joined the 2 sides together, and I went ahead to weave the tip because I don't want it to fray out. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is to just fold it into 2 like so, because we want to close the crotch area for the back. Now I have gone ahead to align the trouser together. Now we'll go ahead and close the back crotch all the way to that point there. Now I've gone ahead to close mine, so go ahead and close yours all the way to this point. Still leaving your trouser on fold, we'll go ahead and measure the waist area to cut out the band. You're going to measure from one seam to the other seam. Okay, just measure it, and after measuring it, I got around 23 inches or thereabout. And remember that mine is on fold. So now I have this fabric that I've gone ahead to cut out, and it's also on fold. So this is going to be serving as the band. It's on fold of 2. Okay, now for the length here, I have about 26 inches. So after measuring my waist for the trouser, I got 25, and then I added 1 inch extra to make it 26. Okay, for the width of this band, I made use of 4 inches. Now I want the band to be 1.5 inches wide, but now we have to add 1/2 inch for joining allowance. That is 2 inches. Now if you open 2 inches into 2, that will give you 4. I hope you understand. Now once I fold that 4 into 2, that 4 inches into 2, I'll have 2 inches here. Now go ahead and sew it all the way around the band, leaving one area open where I will be passing my elastic. I hope you guys understand. Now as you can see, I've gone ahead to attach my band, and I made sure to leave one area open. Okay, now do you see it? This is how it looks. Now we'll go and join it together. Now there is a way we have to join it. We are going to open it like this. Look at what I'm doing. Place it together and then sew it straight down. All right, and after sewing mine, this is what I got. This is how it looks. Okay, now that, remember, that part is going to be open. That is where you are going to pass in your elastic. Look at how mine look. Pass in your elastic from that point. Now this is my elastic here. I'm making use of 1 inch elastic. So now you can see it's 1 inch wide, and for the length, I have around 22.5 inches right here. All right, If you're making this for a bigger person, you can go ahead and use 23 inches, but if it's a slim person, follow this measurement, 22. Now I have this safety pin. This is what I will use to pass in my elastic into the waistband. Just pin it like this and go ahead and pass your elastic into that area that we have left open. Keep on passing it till you get to the other angle, and then you stitch the elastic. So guys, as you can see, I have gone ahead to pass in my elastic, and this is how it looks. Okay, now I went ahead to just run a stitch at the upper part of my band. This is how it looks, just to give it a very firm look. I didn't stitch on top the elastic, on top the band itself. Right here with me, I have this 15 inches long fabric, and for the width I made use of about 1.5. Now this is going to be used for a rope at the front part of the trouser. I just wanted to have that little design right there, so just fold it into two like so and run a stitch on it. So right here I'm trying to fold mine, fold it into two, run a stitch on it. Okay, now the next thing to do is to fold the hem of your trouser with any excess allowance that you have. So for me, I have about 1.5 inches excess at the length, so that is what I will use to fold this in. I'll fold it and run a stitch on that point. Go ahead and use your own allowance to fold yours. So after that, we are going to be working on this tiny rope that we have made. Now we are going to be attaching this rope to the front part of this trouser, but before that we'll go ahead and close up this area here all the way to the crotch area. Do you see it? Just close it up. Do the same thing for the other part. Now onto the rope. Okay, fold your rope into two. I'm sorry the upper part is not showing. Fold your rope into two. Now the center there, we are going to take it to the front part of our trouser. Now you know that the front part of the trouser, you have that joining area which is going to be the crotch. Now that part on the band, you are going to sew it, attach it to the band there. And after that was done, we have come to the end of this tutorial. I went ahead to close the crotch area like I told you. Just close it up, attach that rope, and that is all. This is how neat the trouser look. If you follow this step correctly, you will get yours, and your client or you or anybody you're making it for will love the trouser. So if you watched to this point, I want to say a very big thank you to you. Please stay tuned to my channel and hit on the subscribe button, hit on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new tutorial. Can you see how clean this trouser looks? Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. But before we say bye, I actually paired this trouser up with a top, a box crop top, and I have a tutorial on that on my channel, so you can go check it out. It is very detailed and very easy. It's actually a beginners friendly tutorial as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.